everyone. This is Jane Haidar, a.k.a. Spidey Fan 101, and today I am back once again in the very same location that I filmed the last one last year to look at the trailer for Daredevil Season 5, a.k.a. Born Again Season 2. Now, I'm not trying to talk about it right now. You know, my street level sector episode of the MCU show just came out, so you already know what I'm expecting from this season. So, without further ado, I just know we're gonna see Jessica. I have to prepare myself for that. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bullseye's getting some. Okay. Uh-oh. Huh? Whoa. Yeah! Yes! Yes!
Saw or shovel?
Boxing? What? Oh! What? Oh! Okay. Whew. That was insane. Oh man, hold on. Before I talk about that, obviously, I have to watch it one more time cuz that really washed over me there. I gotta take that in again. The struggle Punisher task forces everywhere. And did they appropriate his new one too? I was just talking in the last episode how Punisher had to get a new skull because the struggle task force appropriated the last one. Did they appropriate his new one too? These fools appropriated his new one too. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Now what happens here? Is some kind of sonic attack? Hey, what was that?
I hope you can walk because I'm not carrying you.
That's the just guy know and love. Yeah.
Saw or shovel?
Foggy. Wow. The thing is, too, that looks like a flashback. He didn't look like, well, what was present day Foggy in season 4. He looked like Foggy from like Daredevil season 2. Like that's what he looked like. Excuse the noise outside. There's some shoveling snow going on. That's the noise you probably hear. Um, Yeah, he looks straight up like Foggy from Daredevil season 2. Like from yeah. So this is definitely going to be a flashback. What it's going to entail, I have no idea, but I guess we're going to have to see. We are going to have to see. And of course, the action looks incredible. You know you're screwed when Dee Dee's smiling at you. Man, this is a interesting trailer because like it's interesting how it starts off with like Matt and Karen just messing around dancing. Bullseye is getting whipped cream sundae or whatever. The struggle Punisher task force is just walking around interacting with people, most likely some kind of corrupt campaign that puts them in a better light than they actually are. Like those things where they're like, oh, we're peaceful with people, we're peaceful. But if you side with Daredevil or any other street level hero, we will kill you. How does that sound a little familiar? But it is so interesting how, and I'm interested to see what the commentary will be, especially because um season 4 was so relevant to what was going on with corruption of government and everything. I'm really interested to see how they tackle um you know the struggle task force that just roams the streets illegally. And it's funny how season 4 was so political, unintentional. I mean, Daredevil's always been political, which is what I've loved about it. But and I especially love season 4 because of how political it was. And then season 5 looks to be even more so, but kind of aligning with real world events kind of unintentionally or maybe intentionally. I don't know. If it's intentionally, I mean, I applaud them for that. I applaud them for that. Um but yeah, these fools even appropriated their new look. These fools even appropriated Punisher's new logo. The guy can't get a break. Jeez. But yeah, dancing, and then out of nowhere, Dee Dee is just struck with what appears to be like this sonic attack. Now, is this like a thing to where maybe they've built something that can like hinder Matt's abilities or hinder his senses to where like kind of like how when he was fighting Jen, yeah, and all the a couple years back, like the thunderclap kind of like incapacitated him, and like he was like because obviously it messed with his senses. Is this the same thing here to where it's like a sound device or sound weapon that intentionally hinders him? I guess we'll have to see. And that this weird shot of whoever this is in like a Fisk costume in a interrogation video is weird. And then Fisk just laughing like the very deranged man that he is. And then of course Punisher Task Force stuff. Matthew Lillard's character. Now again, obviously the trailer did not reveal who he is or who he's playing, but we're gonna have to see. Obviously, Matt being a fugitive and being missing. Matt being in this church. Maybe we'll see his mother again. We'll have to see. Maybe it's another thing where he has to go underground. And where does he go underground? The place he went underground when he died. Or died. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that regard. Where he's going to be held up, where he's going to shelter himself. And then the big one. My girl Jessica is back. I is this real life? Uh I'm telling you, it doesn't feel like we're anywhere near the right timeline these days. But whenever I see, these comebacks or anything like, especially the return of Jessica here, oh my gosh. I mean, we inch at least a little bit, even if it's just like an inch to the right timeline. But Jessica, with her, Jessica being Jessica, is like, hey, you better be able to walk. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna carry you. That's the Jessica I know and love. And Matt's just like, oh man. But I wonder if they're gonna address, because that's something that I forgot to mention in the second episode, which is why I put it in post. Technically speaking, Jessica should still believe before this point that Matt is dead, because of the fact that nobody, not Jessica, not Danny, not Luke, knew that Matt was alive still, that he had survived the Midland Circle and the collapse of the building. Um, but none of them knew that he was alive still. No one knew that he had survived the Midland Circle fight and the collapse of the building. So it'll be interesting to see what Jessica's reaction is to him being alive. And, the fact that, like, will she be surprised? Will she even address the fact that, hey, you're alive? That's cool. Or is she just going to get straight to business? Or did she know the whole time because, like, she's the best PI in the MCU? We're going to have to see. But I've already said it. You guys know how much I love my girl Jessica. To the newbies and the OGs, you all know how much I love Jessica. So I'm so happy to see her back. And then of course there's this fight that goes on with I'm assuming in the same facility all the cages are at. Um yeah. And of course he's sporting his black suit. Like I said, that I think he's wearing for stealth. They're probably there to free everybody who are in the cages. He's fighting the task force. Boom. Oh, Bullseye's like, um, Matt is embracing somebody. I like helping him up. That's probably Jessica, or it could be somebody else. Dee Dee and Karen walking down this hallway. A house raid. These two. Literally, Fisk and his elite simp just talking, I assume. And then Jessica taking out some of the struggle task force people with a door. I'm assuming it's a reinforced door too. That's great. And then yet another shot of my glorious queen. My glorious queen. But for real though, she does need at least a little bit of a change in appeal, because she has been wearing the exact same fit since her second and third season. Gotta get a makeover, queen. But yes, my glorious queen Jessica is back. I'm so happy. And then this scene of Kingpin Simp and Wesley 2.0 looking at of course, I'm assuming is a corpse. Now, would this scene be immediately after what happened in the finale of season 4? Is this like the commissioner's dead body? It'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to see it because that's grisly. But it is what it is. This show is violent. Mm-hmm. A huge explosion in the water. That will be interesting to see what happens. Fisk and this other person in a boxing ring. Now I have heard things. Again, I did not address Scoopville. This is like actual like theories based on like set photos and everything. That this is the same gym that Dee Dee used to train at. That he was there with and had relations with Elektra in and everything. So if this is the same gym, that's very interesting how Fisk appropriated this whole season is basically Fisk rage baiting Dee Dee in with every chance he can. And that's gonna be interesting because he's gonna be rage baiting us too. He's definitely rage baiting me. He always rage baits me. And then Bullseye winking at the person that just gave him whipped cream sundae, smiling. Who knows? Maybe this is just him after the first season, after season 4, after he broke out and everything. More shot of some kids playing the cages again. Now I do wonder if there's anybody, unfortunately, anybody else in these cages since last time. Man, the fact that I'm telling you, the political commentary in this series is top tier. This one. That's all I gotta say. This one. You traitor. Protest. Dang. Fisk punching the absolute snot bubbles. Or I guess blood bubbles in this case. Out of this poor wrestler. Look, this guy had no idea who he's in the ring with. There was no chance to begin with. Oh, man. Struggle Punisher Task Force again. Matt and Karen playing and training. And then this scene once again with Foggy in the past. Because clearly in the past. Again, what it'll be about, who knows? Is definitely going to be interesting because again, he has his look, especially from like season 2 and the Defenders. So the flashback is probably going to take place around that time. So we'll see what it's about. It's probably in relation to like one of the newer characters, probably setting them up that they are, or that they have been present since the old days, and setting that groundwork. So we'll see. Matt fighting somebody in Josie's struggle task force again. Then he pulls a sliding move on the ground, which is cool. And that oh, I didn't even notice this. Dee Dee holding a sniper towards 2 members of the task force, the Struggle Punisher task force. And that's why he's smiling. So he pulled out from his old toolkit. He was like, hey, remember when I was in the hallway protecting somebody and I had the gun taped to my hand and I knew it was empty, but I pointed at him anyway and I shot and I was like, you want me to do it again? I'll do it again. And so he did it again. And then that's the end of the trailer. As the logo turns black. With it coming out in March 24. So, thankfully, it's still coming out in March. Whew. Thankfully, it's still coming out in March. This was a really fascinating trailer. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for this season. Obviously, I mean, like there's so many expectations in regards to this season. They barely showed a lot. There's a reason why they call this a teaser trailer. There's so much that this season has to do. Like, I'm gonna be frank. Normally I don't go into these anymore with expectations unless it's like a character that I've read the comics of and means a lot to me. Not saying that's not Daredevil, but I'm just saying. But I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time in a while where I do have some pretty like solid expectations because this season has to do a lot, and I hope it does it well, especially now that there's more of a straight and narrow vision of what this season is going to be with the showrunners of Loki. Because, it's fascinating how with them, they usually like save shows that were like rocky at the beginning. I initially did not like Loki season 1 because of the fact that it was trying to do so many different things. But then Loki season 2 came out and it was such a masterpiece that it made the first season good or great to me retroactively. So I feel like with Daredevil, not only are they going to do that again, but it's going to hit on a whole nother level because now that they have this clear vision with this Devil's Reign arc, now they're really going to cook in terms of having a straight and narrow vision of the story they want to tell. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to see my girl Jessica again. It's been a long time coming. Hopefully she's not the only one that makes a return. We've talked about it already. You know what I'm alluding to. And how all of this, if the Devil's Reign arc concludes with season 2, which I don't think it will, but if it does, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I am Jane Haidar, aka Spidey Fan 101, saying peace. Have a good day.